Hello, scribers. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing for my sticker subscriptions for the month of January. And then we're going to be diving into my new 2026 Hemlock and Oak planner, and we're going to be using the stickers to decorate the month of January and get ready for the new year. So as you can see, I got a new mat for my desk, and it is the same color as this planner. Green is one of my favorite colors. So sorry about the matching there if that makes things a little bit difficult, but we're going to move our planner off to the side and let's take a look at our subscriptions. So we're going to start off with the Hubman and Chubgirl theme for January of 2026. Looking here, I believe this one is like something jellies is the theme name. So let me see if I can get this title card here so I can give you guys the name. Yes, the theme for 2026 January is Dreamy Jellies. So we get all of these really beautiful and super cute little jellyfish. So as always, let's see, it comes with the variety sticker pack. So this one is 7 different sticker sheets. So we'll go ahead and start with this one. The subscription kit is $17 a month. So I believe it comes out to about $20 after tax. And there is a little preview here of what we're getting, but we'll do some close-ups. First off, we have these washi stickers that show you different stingrays, which are really cute with some starfish and some coral. Really love the colors for this. This turquoise, the purples, the pinks. It's very cute pastel. Next, we have some washi clouds, just kind of feeding more into that dream theme. We have some of these frames, these arches. I like how they added this dark blue that we see in the background and stuff here. That's really cute. Next, we actually have these transparent stickers that have that really beautiful foiling. That's very cute, very dreamy. And then we have some stamps this month, also with that silver foiling. These are always so cute. It says, "Go with the flow, don't be jelly, with love." I love these. Next, we have more of our jellyfish. These are then our color varieties. They're in different expressions, and this one, that teal really pops. So I think that if you're doing something with a darker blue background, the colors are going to just really shine in your spreads. And then here are more jellyfish. Just based on their different expressions, I would say these are our mood stickers this month. So you have some that are not so happy, maybe a little sad, maybe a little scared. This one just over it, and then some of our really cute happy jellies. But this one has that iridescent foiling on it, so those are really pretty. And of course, here's our title card. So you can always use these in your spreads. That's always nice to have. And then let's take a look at our sticker sheets. There's one of our die cuts. We'll look at that in a minute. So this one has super cute starfish that has their little details on them. We have more jellies and some stingrays and a couple of pieces of that coral. I like these two. They're like little twins. Here we have some stars, some moons. We have some of these really cute little clouds. This is actually, I think, the same color as the tentacles, so it's really nice. And then we have just more of our dreamy scenes with more stars, some Z's for sleeps, and some of our clouds. So this is a very, very cute theme. I'm really excited about this one. Here's one of our die cuts, just because he already fell out of his package. And then I'll show that off in just a second. And let's get our second one here. So kind of like our twins in that other page. If I could pick this guy up, I could show you both. So just some real happy pink jellies, like Finding Nemo jumping on the top. And then our mystery item, I think these might be some sticky notes. So let's see. Maybe they're just paper notes. I'm not sure. Let's take them out here. Okay, so this one is sticky. The last one obviously is not. which is nice. I was hoping for stickies. If it was gonna be just paper, like the to-do list for November, would have been just a little bit sad. But I like that these are sticky, very useful, whether you're using them just, at work, or for casual stickies just for your to-dos or your reminders, or if you're gonna utilize them within your spreads. These are always really nice to have. So this is the Hubman and Chubgirl stationery for the month of January. And here's the back of that card. I really love this. Very watercolor landscape with the clouds. And then the jellies in front. This is a very cute theme. I like how they have the little bubbles and stars. That's something you can also incorporate in your spreads throughout the month. It's very, very cute. I really am happy. I think the Dreamy Jellies is a cute idea. And so next, let's get into the Archer and Olive theme. And those will probably be the one I think I'm going to use in my planner, because I'm trying to keep these with my personal journal. That's been working really well for me for like a themed month. So I'm going to keep journaling with these, but I'll show you the Archer and Olive when we get back, and then we will use them to decorate the planner. So these are the 2026 January stickers from Archer and Olive. I'm very excited to dive into these. I'm already seeing some things I've never seen before in their kits, and if I'm not mistaken, they've updated their subscription kit to include some new goodies that they're going to have throughout this year. So I'm really excited to see what those changes are. And just off the bat, I love how this theme already has so many similar colors to the Dreamy Jellies, and it kind of has that same idea of just space and the clouds and the stars, so that's really cool. I think there's probably, especially just like matching colors, there's probably going to be some things that I can use for my normal journals that's not going to go in the planner that I can incorporate with these stickers, so that's always really exciting when these two themes kind of have similarities like that, because then I can really get the most out of my stickers, so I'm very excited about that. Let's go ahead and dive into it. They all come, of course, in this pouch. Oh, and this is already pretty thick. That's pretty heavy. I'm excited. So we'll take a look at the washi tape first. Just right off the bat, we get 3 washies. Normally it comes with 2, so we're already getting a little bit extra, which is really nice. This one has a lighthouse here, the dreams and the moon. These flowers are different colored. They have like a gradient going on with them. Very pretty. This is a very dreamy washi tape. I'm excited about these. And then these here are frames to just put around different dates, or just, I mean, you could put your jellies in here if you have stickers like mine, and just different things. That's really nice. These are paper, and I just want to see if they're cardboard, if they have any. They do. Okay, that's great. So as you can see, they do have a sticky back, so you don't have to worry about gluing them yourself. This one has stars. This one is just that blue, almost like watercolor to it. This one has a cloud, a little bit of stars, and almost like paint splatter is what it looks like. This one also has more of that cloud watercolor theme. This would look really great with my other kits. That's exciting. And then these kind of look like rain, or maybe like shooting stars. I'm not 100% sure, but still very, very nice. And so then here is our big, oh, hold on, I'm feeling something. Oh, okay. I saw a peek. I'm excited to show you guys. Okay, so here we have our big sticker sheet. So this one says, illuminate your own path forward with our lighthouse. Even the smallest wings can carry you far with a hummingbird. Grow with quiet strength. I really, really like this one, especially when you hear about like the winter arc. That's really nice. Let color and courage lead the way. And then again, these rain, or I'm gonna go with rain, just based off this picture. I'm gonna say that this is rain. This is very cute, and you have one of the dippers. I can't tell. Probably the smaller one, maybe, and some stars and moons. And this is very, very beautiful. I really love this, and the colors are just perfect. And then this is what I felt, which I'm super excited about. This is new. I'm going to use the back of the big sheet to show you. These are like a transparent, sticky, these stickers. They have that clear background. So that's really nice to just be able to lay these down on your page as filler decoration. This one has some flowers. It has the butterfly, the paintbrush, another hummingbird. Oh, it's perfect. And then next up, we have the days of the week. So this one looks like we have more compared to the last one. Normally you would have like 3 on one page and then 2 weeks on the other, and then it was all like to-dos and a couple importance. So I like that this one includes reflection. That's different. The ombre on it going with a watercolor is really, really nice. These stickers down here are new in terms of the days of the week. Normally the dates, they would have a design that went with the kit, but I kind of like how simple these are, mainly because the other ones, the little designs would get kind of distracting on the page. So this is really nice, and I like that they included 2 small ones, because the bigger ones I never really got a lot of use out of, just because they really did take a lot of space for me. So this is really nice. And you have these dots for just like important to-dos, some stars, and some hearts to just highlight some important events that you've got going on. And I really love these two together, just how the theme carries over in the background. These are very, very pretty. Oh, this page is new. Okay, so they updated, they usually had this in the last kit, and they would give you a smaller sticker sheet, but it looks like they've updated this to include banners. They still have these foiled hearts and stars, but they definitely downsized, which is nice because I never really used them. So I like that it's taken up less space and we can add more things like the habit trackers. That's new, and that's also really, really exciting. I like the idea of habit trackers, but I hated having to draw my own. So I am that lazy. I'm glad that they've included these for me, and I love that they are on theme. And you also have just a couple of your little to-dos for like groceries or working out or meal planning, and some that are blank. Some more little flags and highlights, and then of course some more of these like small round button stickers, and some more banners. This is super nice. I'm very excited about having that new sheet. And then here we have just like our bigger blocks. They did have a sheet like this before, so that's really nice. You still have some more for like your big to-dos, just little notes, and some filler spaces. This lighthouse is really pretty, and I love this one with the flowers and just like the way it's blocked out. This is really pretty. And find your balance. I'm really excited. And this here is new. So this looks like we're getting maybe some more like washi tape. It's not as, yeah, maybe it's like, it's thin like washi, but it's not as transparent as washi. So that's new, but that is really beautiful. And I like how this pattern's repeated. You can cut these and kind of use them wherever, tear this up. And I also really love the way that this is spaced out. It's giving you a little bit of small ones here, some larger pieces. I think this is one large piece. This one is a large and a smaller. Oh no, that one is 2. So you have a thicker and then a smaller of these 2 on the edge, and then these 3 different designs in the middle. But I really like how this is using up the full sheet of paper to give you as much of the product as you can possibly get from this. So that is super nice. And then going in, we have just some more. And I'm looking at, what do we have? I'm seeing that we have some of our zodiacs. We have, oh, okay, no, these are just some of our constellations. So this is Perseus here, Ursa Minor, Cassiopeia, Pegasus, and Orion. So since this is Ursa Minor, which is the Little Dipper, I'm guessing that this sticker here, let me see where we put it. Yeah, is going to be the little one. Because I wasn't sure before. But I like how we have 2 different sticker sheets. This one is a little bit more functional with some of these like labels. This binder clip here, and even some little tabs, which is really nice, especially because I know people like to use their washi tapes on the side, so you can even add these over that. So that is super nice. That's fun. I've never seen these before, or even like 2 big sticker sheets. Normally it's like a bigger, and then the other one has some smallers. So this is really exciting, and I'm getting distracted by the foiling on these. But oh, that's so nice. I got so distracted by the stickers, I was forgetting about the paper. So let's see here. We have some navy blue of our dot grid paper. We have this real pretty lighter blue. We have some more of this watercolor paper. This looks very similar to, I'm pulling the jellies out again. I want to say it was this background here. I think I'm eyeballing it in here, and I just want to show you. Yeah. It's just like missing the pink. But that is so fun how that matches. So I could definitely, if I don't use this in my planner, oh, I hit the camera. Oops, sorry. If I don't use this in my planner, I can still use it in my journal and it's going to match. So that is so fun. That's awesome. I'm so excited about that. And then last but not least, our final sheets here are these really beautiful moons and just some more clouds, which is also actually gonna fit my jelly theme. So I'm a very happy girl right now with how all of this is just gonna work together. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and then we are gonna get into our planner, and we are going to plan our January using these stickers. So something that I also ordered from Hubman and Chubgirl, actually, excuse me, was they released some of their New Year's stickers. Part of that was their mini calendars. I just noticed, actually, this is a Monday start and this one's a Sunday start. I just noticed that they sent me the wrong ones. Or I ordered, no, I guess they sent me the wrong second one because you ordered them together. But that's okay, it's really not like a huge deal. Oh, wait a minute, no. See how it says Sunday start up here, but then it has the Monday? That's funny. That's funny that happened. Anyways, so what this does is that it shows you the mini calendars and it gives you the month, and then it's giving you like a little preview of whatever the theme is for the month. So like this one's giving you some of the clouds and stars for January, which we now know is the jellies. But I wanted to use this in this planner, even though I'm trying to keep my Hubman and Chubgirls with my personal planner, just because I don't include calendars in my personal journal. So I would like to do it, but I don't want to do it on this page because then 2027 is going to be without anything, and I don't want to put 2027 stickers in here because this planner is only for 1 year. So I do have these, but I wonder if that might be too big, and I think they would be because the numbers will get covered up. So going in, we have some of these quarters. Using these might be really nice to cover up on the quarters. But let's see what we've got. January overview, and then it goes into our month. So they do, yeah, I feel like, yeah, this is going to be too large. So I might just end up putting it in here. As much as I don't necessarily want to, this might be the only place for it in terms of size. And then 2027 will just have to be without. So let's go ahead and do that anyways. Let's see what that looks like. Because these are pretty much the same size here. So there's January. I'm going to take the April, and I'm sorry for going out of order, but I do just kind of want to see in terms of spacing if this is going to work. And before I lay it fully down, that's going to cover. So that's not going to be good. Okay. That is scary. So let's see if I move this down just to cover maybe April. No, that's not going to work. That is so scary. That is really so scary. I want to make sure I'm covering up everything. So hold on. I'm going to pull this way closer to myself. And we're going to see if I've got my 4 covered. I don't know, just like right above it. Is that gonna work? Okay. Okay. So far, this is scary. Let's see what we've got for July. Okay, same thing. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh no! And even if I move it all the way down, the problem I'm gonna run into is that it's not gonna fully, like, I could do it that way, but it's not gonna fully cover these. So I'm gonna have to like maybe white some of this out so I can put it in. That's not like the worst idea. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, I had to finish that off camera because it did take a little bit of maneuvering, and that was scary. Let's go ahead and do October, and I just hope that October does not get off the page. So it's gonna say 2026 overview. You're gonna go away, and I'm gonna get October like as close to the bottom as I can. Okay, so it's not perfect by all means, but it's gonna work. The bottom is a little bit of overlap just because the 10's big, so not necessarily the best, but it's gonna work. And like I said, I didn't really see any other place in these opening pages for it, but this is okay. If I move February up a little bit, I'll cover 2026, which I think it will be fine because this is 2026 everywhere else. It'll probably be a little bit better in terms of spacing, but because January I didn't do all the way up, it's not going to be super even, which is slightly annoying, but it's okay. So I'm going to come back with the rest of these filled out. Okay, and here we have our months. They are they are a little crooked, but they're completed. So I'll give you a close-up. On camera, it doesn't look too bad. There are, you know, where the whiteout is, the light catches it, but overall not terrible. Like, I can definitely live with it. Upon looking at 2027, I am definitely going to end up filling these in and maybe just buying 2 packs of the mini calendars when they come out, because I do want this page to look like this one. And then maybe by then I'll come up with a better system to fix this like spacing. The problem I was having were these bottom pages. The bottom numbers, these double digits, were just so long that they were taking up space. So I had to put the bottom, as you can see here, like right at the bottom edge of the page. But other than that, it's pretty fine. I think it looks pretty cute, which is why I'm like, okay, whenever these stickers come out, I'm going to want them there because I like the way this page looks with them. And we have reached the voiceover portion of this video because editing this, I was realizing it was very, very long. So I'm speeding up my video and just kind of going over this so that you guys can see the process and not have to watch quite a bit of time of me fumbling around and not having much to say. So I decided to use the leftover titles for the mini calendars, and I'm going to put that up in the left-hand corner here in a bit. But I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do the days of the week and looking at just my different options there. And I went ahead and decided that I was going to use that first column. I really liked the colors and the way that they went together. And at first, I thought that maybe I had wanted to do some washi behind the days of the week, but then ultimately decided not to. I thought that that was going to be just a little bit too busy for the month. So I ultimately decided just to go with the days. And so I figured that it would probably be a pretty good idea to try to place these with my tweezers and not just by hand, so I can be just a little bit more precise. I did have a little bit of overlap on these on this first try, but it wasn't too bad. For the most part, they fit that grid pretty well, so I was pretty happy with that. I did kind of acknowledge the fact that I did have some extra space in the margin when it came to Wednesday, so that helped a lot. And as you're going to see here in a second, I decided to start from Sunday on the second half of the page and work my way back towards Thursday, just because I knew that I was going to have that extra space on that left-hand side there. And so that way I could minimize the amount of overlap that I would experience with the days of the week, just because the overlap just kind of makes it a little clunky, not as uniform and not as pretty. So here I am, just kind of continuing placing my days. It was pretty therapeutic to put these down. It was also quite a bit of a challenge to do that with the camera in the way. And y'all, I was stressed. I was like, please do not put your head in frame. Like, that was the last thing I wanted. But I did manage to get it done. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this But it looks like it turned out pretty good, and I was really happy with the way that these look just over the top there. They look really pretty on camera, they look really great in person as well, and it looks very, very cohesive. And then my next task was to cover up that January 2026 in the top left corner. So I took a piece of washi tape that I thought matched pretty well. And as you can see here, I am fumbling with these little scissors that I got from Daiso that do absolutely nothing. So I just went back to the good old tear method and placed that there, and that 2026 was a bit large to begin with. So I did have to do a little bit of maneuvering and resizing to make that work. And then the next part of this was cutting down the Hubman and Chubgirl sticker for January to make it fit up in this left-hand corner. And I am so upset with this, and you're going to see why. I did not line up the scissors well enough this first time, and of course, the scissors decided that they wanted to work. And so I am going to make a cut next to this Y that is far too close, and I'm very, very sorry about it. And I probably shouldn't be drawing attention to it, but I am, because it really did bother me, and I really was upset by it. And so you'll still see me here just like lifting that up, trying to fix it and doing my best to make it look not so close or not so terrible and somewhat even, and it didn't. But really, I'm going to have so much more going on this page later that is like the last thing I'm going to be worrying about. And if it ever does really bother me, I can always just lift it off and replace it with something else. So it's really not that huge of a deal. The next order of business here was covering up a little bit of the 2026 that was still coming through from that washi. And so I found one of these transparent stickers to layer over top. It wasn't like a full coverage. You can still see it if you look pretty closely, but it kind of adds a little bit to it. So it was fine. It did help block just a little bit like I needed it to. So the next order of business here for me was figuring out how I wanted to do the days of the month. I kind of go back and forth here debating on whether I wanted to use the pink or the green numbers. And I really liked the idea of using the pink numbers because I thought that it went well with the week headings that I had on the month. However, when I was comparing it with the other stickers that were available for the week and looking how I was going to do my weekly spreads, I just felt like the green was going to blend in a little too much with those green headers that were available. And so ultimately I figured I should use the green on the full month because that was going to give me the best like overall design, I think, because the pink was light enough that it was going to pop up and have really good contrast with everything else. So you can see me here just kind of comparing and looking and just kind of being like, yeah, this is gonna work. So I take the one and I'm gonna use my tweezers to lay down the numbers. This was a very arduous process, and so I'm gonna do a cut here because I was really up in there trying to get those lined up as best as I could. And with the days of the month completed, the next order of business is covering up those February dates that are at the bottom of this page, just because I don't really need them. I'll just flip over to February. I don't like to fill in those boxes and like doing double work essentially. So I'm covering this up with this washi tape. And I use this one because it matched the headers that I used, and I feel like it really just pulled the page together. And if you recall, this is a piece of washi that had a larger as well as a smaller one with it, so it was like a pair. So I'm going to use the smaller, thinner washi there on the left hand side to cover up those numbers. But overall, I was really happy with the way that this came out. I think this is such a beautiful washi, and it matches really well with the header as well as the piece of washi that I used in that left hand corner. And I'm actually going to do another cut here because, believe it or not, I was struggling with washi like I always do, and you guys did not need to see me do that. So here it is completed with that left hand side covered. And so next was like more of the fun part, which was just finding some more filler spaces and using those stickers to fill up those bigger gaps. Some of that was there on the right hand side. I think that there was still that February 1st space that really needed to be covered. That gap was kind of huge and distracting. So I am just putting down the Find Your Balance sticker. I was lining it up as best as I could, and then just kind of looking at the spread and figuring out how I wanted to incorporate more things. That bottom gap was really bothering me, as you can see. So once again, you get to watch me struggle with some washi tape. And I use this floral here. I'm not sure how else I wanted to incorporate it. it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it is kind of random in terms of the theme that I had kind of going on for the January, but I think it ended up pairing really, really well here at the bottom of the page. And so I use a couple of different stickers that I found in the sticker pack to help pull it together a little bit more. So I'm going to use this sticker here on the left hand side. I do feel like it gets lost just a bit, but overall I think it's okay. And then I was kind of playing around with this bigger washi to figure out if I wanted it there on the left hand side. And I just couldn't figure out if I wanted it lined up at the very, very top with that washi, or if I was okay with leaving a little bit of a gap in between the two. So that visually was a little bit for me. And so I think I end up leaving the gap because I didn't like having it at the bottom, and I rather it be a little bit more uniform than covering. Like, it wasn't a big enough deal for me in the end. I even kind of flirted with the idea of putting a piece of paper down there, and then realized it was going to be difficult and too much work and not worth it. So I scratched that idea immediately and went ahead and just laid the washi down there and lined it up as best as I could and pulled across. I think this washi is so pretty. It is gorgeous. I love the lighthouse theme and idea, and I love that if you see the light catching on those stars, it really is just like a beautiful eye-catching piece of tape. I had to correct this washi tape because I pulled it too tight, and it was quite literally warping my page, which I think is insane. Didn't realize that was something I could do. But apparently it is. And so then I move on, and I'm using some of these transparent stickers, which again are a new addition to this kit, and I am so incredibly excited about it, and I am so excited to see how they're going to use it in future boxes. You're going to see me layer quite a bit of them here, and I think it works so well to just build up on the page. I whited out here just the page number, and I think it says like month 1, because I know that about January, and it was just not going to get covered enough by the sticker, and I just didn't need it there. So here I am layering that, and this is when I discovered that I actually really love the way these look layered, and I'm just going to go a little crazy with it. So I'm adding this one over here on the right hand side. I was kind of going back and forth about placement because I didn't want it to cover too much of that box so I could have space to write anything that pops up then. But here it's a little too low. So I had to move it again and got to a point where I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just figure it out and write around it. That's usually what I do anyways. And here I'm going to go into a little bit more of that whimsy and add some more of those stars just to add a little pop of that iridescent color and just really keep things going. Plus I thought it looked cute there. Most of my sticker placement here, you're going to see there's no rhyme or reason. It is going to be free-nilly, place everything, just what I think looks nice, and to find some filler spaces. I really was just kind of going with what my heart felt like it needed. So you're going to see quite a bit of crazy sticker placement when it comes to stars, but we will get to that, trust me. And so here I'm just layering the moon. I did try to move that number 31 in front of the moon, but it just was not coming. It was like laid, placed, not worth it. She was not budging. I was like, you know what? It ain't worth it. She wants to stay. We're just going to leave her. And then here on the left-hand side, that margin just looked a little too plain for me. And so I decided that I was going to do something about it. And I'm using this cloud here to essentially divide it into two. I'm using it as two halves. I don't know what exactly I'm going to use them for. Maybe like some to-dos and then maybe some like monthly goals or something. But I just knew that I needed something there. And so I'm placing the cloud, and then I thought that the hummingbird looked really pretty layered over it. So that's what I'm doing here, and just trying to place it so that the wing isn't falling off. Because even though they are transparent stickers, they do have a little bit of an edge to them. So that was me just trying to place that as carefully as I could. And here you will see me go a little crazy with these iridescent stars. So on the old kit, they used to have the hearts and the bigger stars, but they were just, honestly, they were pretty large. They were probably bigger than the number spaces that you see on here. And so I never used them. And if I did, it would probably be in my personal journal with my other stickers, just because they did take up space in my planner. So I'm really happy that we have these smaller ones, but I don't ever really use them as bullet points. It just doesn't work for me. So here I opted to just use them as some fun filler decorations since we were kind of going with this like outer space galaxy theme. And so that is it for the decoration. I will be ending the voiceover here and just kind of going back into my normal voice that I did when I was recording the video. But here is a quick little close-up of what January looks like. I'm really excited about these layered transparent stickers and just what's going to happen in the future with them in future kits. This is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know my sticker placement's a little wild, but like I said, I'm enjoying it. So come back, stay tuned. Hopefully we can do some of our weekly spreads together and figure out how we use these stickers as the week goes on. And also this like really nice blank space. I have so much room to do and to use up stickers and decoration. But that is going to be it for January. Let's go back just to show you that overview again for our calendars. And these are our stickers. And these are the Archer and Olive stickers. This is the Hemlock and Oak weekly planner. I just want to show you guys these stickers again. These are really awesome. I'm really excited about them. So stay tuned for our weekly plan with me's. I think that's something that I want to do come January. If you guys watched my last video, I am still working on filming that process, the 4 weeks for my weekly curriculum. So that will be out once those 4 weeks are up. So far it's been fantastic. You'll also get to see some of my videos with that, like with my journal and stuff. So I'm excited for when that's done. But if you like this kind of content and you want to see some more of these monthly plan with me's and some of my weeklies as January comes around, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will be posting those hopefully regularly. But yeah. And don't forget to check out Archer and Olive and Hubman and Chubgirl if you like the stickers in this video. I just really love their products, and I think that you guys should support them if you're able, and you guys also like this kind of decorating. But that's it for now. Stay writing, stay tuned, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!